Yes, 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 yes. Okay, another topic, another topic. Status of America, status of America, the United States of America. Okay, going to be talking about data centers, everything that goes along with them, what they are, what they do, and the issues that they cause. As you see, they are being built in many cities. Even if people don't want them in their cities, they're going to come there anyway. And it's just something that you're just going to have to deal with. Okay, so what is a data center for those that do not know? Well, a data center is just a basic, exactly what that is, a place where a lot of data is stored. For those of you that have heard of the cloud, and of course, I get a commercial. Let's see. So basically, what is a data center? A data center is basically a big storage warehouse for data. Data is a big thing now. Believe it or not, data is taken from you every day. The number one data thing is your phone. Your phone has been collecting information on you for a long, long time, whether you know it or not. Even if you say, well, no, I turned it off, it's not collecting my data. Yes, it is. And also, if you add any of the AI apps such as Copilot, Gemini, just either one of them that are out there, it really tracks you. Just for instance, just if you have like a stepping app where it tracks the number of steps, so you know that your phone can track your movement pretty good. When you're using your GPS, when you go to the store, when you go to work, some people can tell this a certain time of day when you're leaving your job, your phone will click on and already map that you're going home. So it is already know that. And the AI for this can learn. They know your patterns. They know what you're going to do, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But all this information must be stored somewhere. And that's where the data center comes into. Google, aka Central Intelligence Agency, is one of the main developers of data centers. But you also have places like Netflix, because they have a lot of film, which cause a large storing of data. Just think of like your laptop and you need an extension to store your data, and that's what the data center is for it. But it also can store data banking records, also used to help with our 911 systems. So it does have a lot of uses. So it is a major use case for the data centers, and that's why they will be built somewhere, whether you like it or not. But as you can see, data centers use a lot of electricity and a lot of drinking fresh water on it. And that's where the issue comes into play. Okay. The great thing is the scale of the data center is only in its infancy currently, and it can go way huger than what it can be. But just to point out, a single large data center uses as much water as 50,000 people, which can cause water issues. And that is a big problem for regular people. So how do data centers affect your daily life? In business, a lot of businesses are using the AI system. You may see it when you call a company's customer service line. Before, where you would get a person, now you're talking to a bot, and people hate the bot. You don't want to talk to the bot, you want to talk to a person. Even though the bot says it can help you, you want to talk to a person. But that's where the data center comes into play. All the data for the programming for the bot, how it answers your question, how it responds, is all connected to a data center. And a lot of companies are using these now. And some things is just because of the AI, and the AI is very helpful and does make things faster. But there are issues with it. Also in education, AI can be used and is being used. For example, if you have a science teacher and they want to be able to illustrate what is in a book, they can use AI to create that illustration that is currently a lot cheaper than trying to recreate it in like real life. But then also the data centers is used through innovation. We have the Waymoos driving around, the computer controlled cars that need a lot of data pushed to them that tells them where to go, tracks where they are. All that data needs to be stored in places, and that's where the data center comes. So that's why you see how it's all connected. The hidden costs, like I said earlier, utility bills. Even though it's the data centers that are using the electricity, everybody has to pay. Everybody has to pay, which is crazy, because if you in your own home, if your house was the one house that was on the block that was draining all the water, draining all the utility bills, then your particular house would be the one that has to pay that bill. But no, they're making everybody have to do it. So it's a tax. That's really what it is. You are being made to pay. You and I are meant to be paid for the data center tax, whether you like it or not, and you had no voice. But also, there's a lot of land use. They need the land to build these on. And for some reason, they're always targeting farmland. I don't know why they always target farmland, but that's what they're doing. Now, another thing which can be a positive, data centers can also help with fighting crime. For it, oh, hold on, let me scale back. That's not what this is about. Okay, so on this one right now, data systems do have to worry about hackers and physical security threats. People trying to hack in and get the data. We hear about in the news every day where people's personal data was stolen from this company or that company by hackers through wormholes, ransomware, and stuff like that. That's something that the data centers have to be aware of and must control. And just kind of bounce back here, America already has a water crisis in Arizona, Nevada, California, and other places. And with the large use of water, it will make that even worse. Some people say that this is done on purpose to cripple the people. People said that Mr. Barry from The Big Short said that water would be a big issue, and that's starting to come true. One good thing about the data centers, the need for them to have fresh waters will mean that the city's piping will need to be fixed to make sure that the water is not contaminated that's going to the data center. So aging pipes and lead contamination, which is widespread in the U.S. Piping system, will get changed out. That's one good thing. Slowly but surely. And one good thing was that every city will need a data center is to help with crime. Data centers can be used to track, for instance, in Chicago, whenever a gun is fired, you might have heard of ShotSpotter, but it's a great tool to know where the shots came from, so police can respond a lot quicker and they don't have to be called. And as well as other crime. Cameras on the street, drones in the sky, the data centers along with G6. I know you heard of G5, but G6 technology is coming. And you combine that with drone technology and the technology that Palantir uses, it will be a great tool for police to use to prevent and fight crime and find and catch the people that committed the crime. End time is coming. Which means that some people think that we are going into a police state like in China. And I think it's inevitable that we will go to the police state because people are just, well, one, they're not being taught social skills basics. And the thing is, crime is getting bad. Not just regular hoodlum crime. We have fraud crime, like in car accidents, that fraud where people fake entries, hit and runs. But if we had surveillance state, we would be able to know who that was and what it caused. So I know that it may go against the Fourth Amendment, but I believe that with the way we're going, the watching of people, the tracking of people is needed. Humans just cannot help themselves. Without control, we will destroy ourselves. And this kind of veers away from just the topic of data centers, but this just kind of goes into why they're building them. Humans must be monitored and controlled even as adults, because currently even adults are not don't want to be adults. So we'll see where this goes and where this leads, but this was just a basic info of what data centers are, so when you hear about them, the issues that they cause, and just to be ready for it. If you have any questions, leave it below. Thank you.